The ancient gods, the demons of scripture, the celestial beings in every culture, these were not fairy tales. They were real, and they never left. What if the world you see is just a stage, and behind the curtains, something else pulls the strings? What if the gods of old were never gods at all, but something far worse? Every civilization speaks of beings from the sky. The Sumerians called them the Anunnaki, those who came from the heavens to rule. The Bible speaks of the Watchers, angels who descended and corrupted humanity. The Greeks and Romans worshipped the Olympians, beings who walked among men, demanding tribute and obedience. The story is always the same. They arrived from above. They shaped the world. They demanded worship. But think about it. Why would a god demand worship? Why would a divine creator need sacrifices, temples, and obedience? Because they were never gods. They were rulers, controllers, engineers of a system designed to feed them. And humanity, not their children, their livestock. The stories of the Nephilim, beings described in ancient texts as a hybrid lineage, suggest they were removed from history. Were they? The lineages of influential figures throughout history often trace back to ancient dynasties, preserving power across generations. Certain institutions safeguard vast repositories of historical knowledge, much of it restricted from public access. Exclusive organizations and societies continue traditions that connect to esoteric knowledge and ancient symbolism. Rather than disappearing, these influences may have simply shifted from visibility to secrecy, and they still shape the flow of information and power. Why do influential groups and institutions continue to reference hidden knowledge? Why are significant missions and projects often named after figures from mythology and ancient lore? Why does symbolism from the distant past continue to appear in modern culture, governance, and media? Because the same influences that shaped history still exist today. They have only adapted, presenting themselves under new forms. The prophecies warned of this. The Bible speaks of the return of the fallen, entities that will deceive mankind. The Book of Enoch describes the Watchers being released from their prison. The Hopi prophecies speak of the Great Deception before the reset of the world. The final war will not be fought with armies. It will be a war for perception. A battle between those who see the system for what it is, and those who remain in its illusion. And when the false gods return, not as myth, but as rulers once more, will you worship them, or will you finally see through the lie of divinity? Because the gods are coming back. And this time, they don't need temples. They have technology, they have media, they have control over reality itself. And when they appear before the world, glowing with false light, offering salvation, will you kneel, or will you remember who they really are? Why do Hollywood, global institutions, and political systems continue to use symbols and themes from ancient history? Because the past still influences the present. Over time, ideas evolve, traditions change, and power shifts, yet certain elements remain embedded in culture, leadership, and belief systems. Many historical texts and cultural traditions reference cycles of transformation, times when knowledge from the past re-emerges. Ancient writings speak of significant turning points in history. Records from different civilizations mention recurring themes and ideas shaping society. Cultural traditions highlight moments of great change and shifts in understanding. The most important challenges are not always physical, but involve knowledge, awareness, and perception. The line between gods and demons has always been blurred. The Aztecs worshipped gods who demanded rivers of blood. The Canaanites made offerings beyond comprehension to appease their deities. The ancient texts of India describe beings with advanced weapons, flying crafts, and wars that scorched the earth. What if the difference between gods and demons is just perspective? The gods gave knowledge, but at what cost? The demons caused suffering, but who let them in? The angels protected humanity, but also kept them bound. What if they're all part of the same system, one that feeds off of human energy? Fear, devotion, worship, blood. It doesn't matter if you serve in love or terror, so long as you serve. This is the real harvest, not your body, your soul. Some will ask questions, others will accept what is presented. And when history influences the present once again, will you recognize the connections, or will you accept them without question?